Good evening, guys. It's 5:30 p.m. Today is January 27th. It's Apple's earning today evening and Tesla's earnings from yesterday evening, right? So that's the effect going on today. So Tesla earnings, right? Apple, and then month end Monday, and then Friday's closing. So most likely this area will launch the move on either side eventually. Now it's all about levels today, so I did not write a story about if this thing happens then do this or that. I kept it simple today, because I know it's a choppy market and volatile market both together, right? So we have to focus on these levels, so, and this level will guide us in real time, and it will give us a trade, either upside, downside, either side, right? But most likely, based on this and the contextually, we are going to favor more shorts than long. Okay, that's the story here. Favor more shorts than longs, and these are the levels, right? Same levels. Yesterday it was same levels. Today around the same levels. NQ also same thing. Yesterday's high to this is a line in sand for sellers. In below there are key levels that I gave folks in Discord, and pretty much these are the levels I gave them. And we can do ping pong between levels in NQ, because NQ moves around a lot, right? Back and forth. And I change these levels every day. I shift it, it's not the same. Some days same, some days different. Russell, stick with shorts, Dow Dow pretty much stayed between these levels. I don't focus too much on Dow nowadays. And then gold, no trading, right? Crude, same story, favor longs, that's all, right? And in Discord I said this one is bold levels, right? See these things. Today this area became the high of the day pretty much, right? A few points here and there, but this area held it, and then it came back down to this area and became the low of the day. That's pretty much. NQ's dream number, powerful levels. Both of this area acted as a profit target after NQ broke down below 191, which is this bull level. Break below this was our target, for that short, one of this. And you can actually take a long from here too, right? But we usually don't trade against it, against the trend. But this was a long, reactionary long, if someone wants to take it. So that was the 191. See that, right? In the morning, straight down, right? That was a long setup, also confluence with the VWAP also, right? But I ignored it. I asked folks to ignore it, because now it's getting a rejection from the line in sand. It may eventually break below it. So, and then bounce happened, right? So after seeing this bounce and balance and breakout, this is a breakout trade you can take, right? Next level 300, that was I was talking in Discord, right? Then you have to wait. After that it's a garbage. After this 11 o'clock onwards, I said it's a garbage going on. Do not bother to trade until I tweeted about it, until it breaks below 191. Then you can target dream number, or it breaks above this, right? Or even higher areas. Then you can take longs. Till then, don't do anything. So we basically avoided this entire chop. So I'm going to cover this in a minute, but I just want to, while I'm here, we basically stopped trading after 11 o'clock in both ES and NQ until we see a breakdown or breakout, and this is what we took after that. This is during the lunch time almost, few points. So I went for a lunch around this time, somewhere around, where did I went for a lunch? I think maybe here or somewhere here I went for a lunch, so I missed this move, and during the lunch time it damn thing came all the way to my target, so but anyway, I had one contract from here, where I was at lunch, so with profit target at here 24, right? So that got executed automatically, and the rest I took the profit right here before the lunch time, here and here. These two trades, small trades I took. It's not a small actually. If you look at it, see, if you look at it, it's almost 140 to 104, 40 points, right? and here also 191 to 41, say 50 points, right? And this was a monster trade, right? So and then I said come back at 2 o'clock and then trade after that. If price pulls back, then you trade it. So this was a pullback trade back to our golden area, 141, 120. Discord folks knows it about it. So this was a short, back to dream number again, this or this, and then even this breakdown here, say 989.66. So here is a tricky thing, right? So ideally I would wait for entire dream number to be taken out, right? So there was a trade I displayed it here, right? Break below this, but ideally you should wait till entire these things, and even though if you took it immediately it popped back up, you have to cut it, and then break below this here, right? Below this level there was a level 950 here also, right? So it's barely 15 points, right? And now before that there is so much chop and rejection, fail breakdown from close to this area. So you should avoid this, shorting again here, especially if you are watching ES never closed below this area, see bottom somewhere. So you have to wait for this thing to also taken out, then you have like 890 to get to almost 60 points, then you can short, but it never happened, right? So after that there is no trade, because price was stuck in the range. So those are the story for NQ after this point onwards, right? So now let's talk about this early morning also ES together, right? So ES was trending higher, right, this way. Before open it was here, right there, stepping up slowly, right? So and then right of the open it was at 89. Again it's a key area, 89, right? So you don't want to mess around here, you don't want to even short, because of looking at this you do not want to right of the open short, right? However, it's a good area, right? But it requires a different perspective here to short these things, right? So let's not talk about it. Usually we don't trade till morning 10-15 minutes, right? So we were watching, and then price came down here, right? So looks like it wants to go down, but this is against the trend, and then there is a breakout, right? So you can trade here, go long here, but you have to bail out somewhere here, because it is a continuation of these things, right? And now in one side, yes, it's a breaking out and everything else, but if you look at NQ, it was running into this resistances, line in sand, right? So you want to be careful holding your long, right? So but you can take a breakout, because say if you look at here, internals were super bullish of the open, which is this, right, favoring longs, strong gap up, and 89 rejection happened, and then price went through 89 again, right? So that was showing you the strength here, right? And then this balance morning broke out, you take a trade right here at the breakout right here, and NQ also you can take a breakout at 350 right here, 345 was the Discord level I gave it, while talking in the morning right here when you are observing it. So here you can take a long back to this area and bail out. See, this is the long along with the ES. ES you bail out here, next level, one of this, and then you wait what NQ does here, right? If NQ gets a rejection, get back into this area, you can short even, right? But as long as ES is holding above 89, it is difficult to short in NQ, right? So you have to wait. So here, because ES can technically hold 89, that was the line in sand for buyers to hold above, and NQ I said around 300 area, it has to break below both areas to take the trade, right? So where is it? Here. So NQ, before that even, opening trade in NQ was this, break below this balance, right, 308, back to either 272 or 242, that was short. But ES, no shorts, you have to wait, because ES moves slowly. So, and ES was holding about this area, see, key area, right? So, and it tried to break out about 89, right? So, it got a rejection, not a failed breakup. So, ES you can't do anything. NQ you can short here, but then you can take a long in ES here, NQ here, right? And then there is no short here, since it's a good area, line in sand, but you can't take a short, because now by looking at this, right, down here and then strong bounce, take out this entire thing, it would looks like it wants to go further higher, right? But it has to prove it. It has to go above this entire area in order to prove it, right? By the time ES ran into this golden bold support, bold resistance 20 area, right? So both of them have to break out in order for us to go long. Now can we take a pullback at 89 here? Sure, you can take the pullback here, right? But then upside is limited due to NQ being in line in sand, right? And ES is also 20, right? So by looking at this, you can see if price was so strong, it should not have even come down to 89. You know, it should have gone higher right from here. But it's coming down here when this candle was running, looks like it wants to break below it, right? Then it closed above it. So it's hard to take this long here, you know, so you have to avoid it in that situation when they are coming from the resistances, you know, here and here. But instead, since we are supposed to favor shorts, not the long, see? So I just talked about the long here, but remember, we are supposed to favor shorts, right? More than longs, right? We are not like going for a missing out long here and look for longs. We are looking for shorts. So that means you are better off looking for shorts and rejection from here, balance and breakdown, then breakout, you know. So, and then this thing happens, you know, strong rejection from this area. So now this thing is telling you something is up, you know. And then again this damn 300 bounced, right? Same time, and ES also bounced, and they went here. At this time you are expecting a breakout, you know. So I was expecting a breakout here, right? And then I'm ready to go long, you know? But instead, strong rejection, price sliced through this 378, because when this breakout happened, the expectation is ES should hold above 4410, that was the line I gave, and NQ should hold about this area, you know. If they are, and then breakout happens, I'm good to go long, you know. But instead, slice through it. So first trade was right here in NQ at the pullback here, but if you missed it, below 345, that was the line in the morning, and NQ ES below 4410, you can short right here, you know, right here. Okay. So that was a short here. I missed to put it here, you know, and then you can take a profit at 89, you know. NQ also you can short it, and you can take a profit at this 308 or this level, right? Or you can wait till 245, because that was another level, 250 actually, not 242, but 250 I changed it in the real time. That was the level I said, that 250 is driving these things up and down in NQ, right? So you can take a profit at 250 also, or this low. The profit is always up to you, you know. So, and then here, then you have to wait to see what's going on, right? So where is it? Sorry, this was not a trade, actually this was the trade. Okay, yeah, so my arrow was right, not the first time up, because at that time it was here, right? So here you can't take a trade, because it can technically pull back to 89, right? So once it broke through it, now 4410 becomes important, you know, which is this, and then you see small balance breakdown, you can take both the shorts here together, right? And then profit at 89 right here, you know? And then price slice through 89, right, which is here. Hold on, let me shrink these things, right? And then came straight to morning low. So here the expectation is, if it's break down, you want this thing to slice and go down, right? You do not want to see more balance in here, because NQ reached, I think, 191 at the time, right? So then price balanced it here, and then another breakdown effort, right? So now the problem is, you can't just take you can take actually technically shorts here, you know, with this breakdown. But while NQ was right around here, look at this, see, at 191, and the VWAP confluence also. So you have to wait till NQ clears this area out, then you can join ES at that point, right? Otherwise, after this balance, there is a chance that it can do failed breakdown, because look at this internals, right? They were still good positive, you know, and they bounced hard also. So worst case, you can take profit here, but not the short, you know. And then in Discord I said this thing may go back up to 300, failed breakdown chances, 191 held, and then it broke out about this 250 again. You can take a little long here, reactionary back to 300, and yes, at the same time you can take a long right here into this area, knowing there is a failed breakdown happen, then by somewhere here 89 you can bail out. And then 11 o'clock I said, by looking at this, price action is garbage now going forward, so do not bother to trade until 2 o'clock. Or there is a statement in Discord that I typed that until certain event happens, I tweeted this thing also for NQ, until it goes below this or above this, then you can go long or short. Till then, do not do any trading, it's a garbage, and come back at 2 o'clock. So, but in between, price had a breakdown during the lunch time, right? So these are the trades during the lunch times. It's all about levels, right? So 77, that was another level I gave it in Discord. Those are the real time levels. So which is this, not after this bounce, but before this bounce I gave them 77 to observe, 77 and then 250, both levels, and if both are broken down, then you can have a trade, or 191, right? So this was a trade here, there was a trade here, right here at 12:10, actually, yes, 12:10 I guess, yes, see, I remember the time, and then 12:24 or 20 right here. Those were the two trades, which is this, and then back to this 44. This one is 191, break below 191, you can again take a short back to 141. And if that is taken out, you can target 104. If that is taken out, you can target 24, right? So those are the trades, and this thing happened during lunchtime, 1 o'clock or so. So I missed this one, right? And then I said, you know what, I will just trade it after 2 o'clock then, right? Because by the time I came back, price was already given to my target, So I had one trade that got executed here, which I already explained, right? So, and these were the trades line up with these levels, 43, 44, all these levels. So that's how the day ended, So after this point onwards, you take a profit here for this short, right? Because you don't want to mess around with this 43.26 because price already balanced below it and then back up, right? So price can technically do ping pong between this range or between this, So you do not want to trade after that, no matter what, So, and pretty much if you did that, you could have saved yourself some money, because trying to catch this top and bottoms, you may lose money too. So no trading in the chart after this point onwards, right? And that be all for today. So overall, it's another great day today for everyone in Discord, including me, So last 4 days it is choppy market, but higher swing choppy market, unexpected behavior, but we managed to pull through it, and that be all for today. Let's see tomorrow's Apple's earning effect then.